Alright, by that time this appears it should be 7 p.m. Oh, a bit early, never mind. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening everybody. And this is Ashley and we're continuing our Novella November adventure. And funny thing I did today, as my notes tell me, I have finished the previous day at 28,288 words. Meanwhile, I already have 29,377, which means all 1,000 of the daily goal I have already did before the stream. But hey, I still want to do the stream. I still want to write, especially since I have I've been thinking maybe I will be able to finish chapter 6 today. It would be really nice. It would be really nice if I could start chapter 7 tomorrow. Maybe. Alright, so we're at the bottom. And I already misplaced the quote. Haha. There, corrected. Now, before we begin, of course, let's continue our little tradition that I started 2 streams ago of giving you little riddles to solve during the stream with a little bit of help from me, from your questions in the chat. So, let's start with the riddle you haven't solved yesterday, and that is: the only uncut plane hijacker demanded several parachutes. Why several? And we have said that this was kind of because of trust issues. So maybe I will put this in the chat. Tip for the riddle: it was because of trust issues. Yeah. With that done, let's continue writing, shall we? Alright. So, we are discussing various reasons for why there might be a mole in the class, and we are getting into some heavy specifics. So, we have discussed Arvin's story. Hi, Elfie! It's great to see you here. It's great to see you here at this stream, during which I will try to finish chapter 6 on the second day. Alright, we have discussed very specific stories of why Arvin, of why Hunter, and of why Giselle might want to defect, might want to mole for Dr. Horror. The only one left to discuss is Dawn. So let's do that. Dawn mean blah. Maybe without the meanwhile. Dawn was staring into space and fidgeting in her chair. Typical typical signs of stress. Speaking of stress, sorry for ending yesterday's stream before an hour has passed. I just really needed to take a little rest because a lot has happened yesterday, which I don't really want to talk about. Typical signs of stress. Their her class felt something was going on. Suspicious with her. Okay. Something suspicious was going on with her. Alright, Don, it's time to hear your here. Now, it's time to hear. Wait, Dwan, Dwan, Don, Dwan. It's time to hear your story. Said Hunter. Don did not respond. We simply want to hear from everyone. You said Arvin. I'll use Dwan as a word for a conlang. Oh yes, do it. Sometimes people use words they came up with as a mistake for conlangs. There was this one time where David Peterson, of all people, you know, the guy behind the languages of Game of Thrones, of Dune, he accidentally evolved the first person plural pronoun to be we, like just straight up English we. That's how the conlang community got the word sklu. That is an acronym. Let me just say what it means. Sklu. DJP. I'm getting redirected to government pages about importing animals. So I don't think Google will help us now. Never mind then. I need to find a better browser. You might be innocent. I believe that. But we need to hear from you first. Agmashwa did the same thing for a conlang but with hont. Oh, interesting. He sometimes has very funny ideas. I would love to participate in the Cursed Conlang Circus next year, now that I seem to know a bit more creative professionalism. Oh hi Agata! Great to see you here. Yeah, now that I know a bit more creative professionalism, I think I might actually do something for the next year. So, I just hope we have funny subtopics because I love to incorporate them in my project. Oh, I have to resync. What sucks about the fact that I didn't do it this year is that I lost the opportunity to translate Bella's three things speech to my conlang. Oh well. I guess I can always do it out of contest. But we need to hear from you first. I am innocent and I can prove it. Said Don. The problem is that my history also has a context. Arvin and Hunter looked at Don with their eyes wide open. I'll try CCC for 2. Yay! I just want to have more conlanging content on my channel before. Yeah, sure, that would be a good idea. I want... should I do some shots from my stream? I definitely have to do the Shrek shot. If you know, you know. If you don't know, maybe you'll know in no time. I'm making a conlang showcase because of that, by the way. Yay! I will be looking forward to that. I will be very much looking forward to that. I want to do some conlang showcase also after I'm done with No. Also, the person behind Novella November also has many other challenges for other months of the year. And I was thinking I would really love to try my skills in the January challenge, which is about transforming a public domain thing into your own reinterpretation. And I already have my eyes on a very particular book that entered public domain very recently. And seeing how similar jokes have been done with less obvious stuff, I am really shocked that nobody thought about doing that with this book. Maybe it's just not that well known. It's called Żnazerawag? Formerly Bava Bama Hima Vanon. Hey! Hey, I see you evolved some... no. No, there are actually more consonant clusters in the longer name. Oh, wow. I am interested to see how this evolution turned out. With their eyes wide open. Knew she'd have to speak in no time. That was making her all the more nervous. She only calmed down when Giselle put her arm on Don's shoulder. I remained the proto-language, so there is no connection. Be right back. Take your time. On Don's shoulder. You can tell them your context, said Giselle. I am sure they will understand. Are you sure? Don said to Giselle. I am, said Giselle. Don took a deep breath. I just hope you are right about that. Yeah, that was a bit of looking at the keyboard. Also, 16 past 7, so I just will remind you that we already have a clue for the riddle, and that is that it was kind of because of trust issues. The question is, why was those trust issues? Bleh. I already think of the context. So that was a Freudian slip. No, Freudian means something different from what I wanted to say. Oh well, I just have to live with that. 1, 2, 3. Let's just say how the scene looked like in the previous chapter, and then we'll get to Corrigan, no, Anderson, no, Gallagher, no, Cassidy. Happy to bring her for such a tale of Sundon had open, and he simply entered. Okay. Why are you here? Don asked her teacher. I just want to tell you that I know about your how do we put this in horse language? Oh, desynchronization. Think, please. Think. Synced. Okay. So how do we put this thing in horror's mouth? Peculiarity? Miss Corrigan? I guess we could call it that. Said Rorschach. What peculiarity? Asked Don. I know exactly what your pills, blah, what your medications are, Miss Cass. Why did I write Corrigan? Cassidy, yes, Miss Cassidy. Said Rorschach. Yeah. I know that you are undergoing a hormone replacement therapy. Don almost jumped out of shock for the longest time. When you forget the name of your character and you have only 5 of them. Giselle was the only person in the school that knew she was transgender. I have to stand now. Okay. How did maybe let's go back to that later. Do not worry, Miss Cassidy, said Rorschach. I am not against you being a female student. In fact, I would like to help you. Yeah, he's gonna sell you hormones if you rat your classmates to him. In fact, I would like to help you. Okay. She even joined the school under her actual name. How did Dr. Rorschach know about it? Okay. Alright. In fact, I would like to help you, yeah. What do you mean help me? What do you mean by that? Because I don't know what kind of interpunction I should use in that case. What do you mean by that? Don asked. I may know how to how do I put this? I may know how to create a perfectly feminine body for you, said Dr. Rorschach. My knowledge greatly exceeds what I teach you in my class. Trade offer. You receive the body that gives you gender euphoria. I receive snitches on my enemies. And what would I need to do? Asked Don. Nothing too great, said Rorschach. Well, my class is ended, so now I can fully enjoy the stream. Yay! Yay for finished classes. And yeah, if my class is finished at I guess my classes used to finish after 8 p.m. But I always used that time to just write on my phone. Nothing too great, said Rorschach. I just want you to become my mole. You mean I would have to betray my friends? Asked Don. It is all a matter of perspective, said Rorschach. But think about it well, Miss Cassidy. Yeah. Now to write the statement of innocence. The class fell silent. Oh, new lore. Oh yes. Oh yes. Attention transgender crowd, we have a new character entering the scene. The class fell silent. Let's go back to that line later. Don't get me wrong. I'm not against being who you feel or stuff like that, said Hunter. But why? Maybe not, said Arvin. I actually think it's great to be able to. But why would you decline his offer? Because what? Because I know that he promised. Yes. The impossible. Said done with tears. Today was a mess. Yeah, for me kind of too. Oh well. Let's just hope tomorrow will be better, shall we? I know that he wanted to try what has never actually it was tried before, it just didn't end well. Okay. That he wanted to try what can't be done today. The medical advancements are great, but not perfect. And I don't believe he could single-handedly change that. Whoops, I was 7 minutes behind? You rewinded accidentally, didn't you? High-handedly? No. Will a hyphen be enough? Now we're talking. Or not. Any... like that? Oh well, it's time to use Google again. Single-handedly. A hyphen should be enough. A hyphen should be enough. Yes, just like that. We ignore that. Oh. Spell. I know that spell checkers might be a necessity for me, but this one just works so bad. the class maybe the class got silent. Maybe first to try to stomach Don's story, then to fit the pieces of the puzzle once again. So does it mean we're all innocent? Asked Giselle. It looks like it, said Arvin. But why would horror do that? Asked Don. Maybe he was trying to turn us against each other, said Hunter. Haha, that is also a possibility, you know. But my professor, who is teaching about using technology for information and teaching education classes, not knowing about RPGs and how educational they can be, was a cherry on top. I'm sorry, why? Like, no. Games are a wonderful tool for learning. That's why we use Duolingo. I'm not saying Duolingo is good, but it makes you learn. Also, I basically learned English from YouTube and Ratchet and Clank. Maybe he was trying to turn us against each other, said Hunter. You know, breaking, breaking our trust. Huh? I guess. To be honest, I would like to end this chapter right about now with just a clever final narration paragraph. Maybe the class was right. Maybe the class was wrong. There was no way of knowing just yet. All they could do was to simply wait for more events to come. Uh-huh. I don't like this last sentence. Sometimes observing the events is the only way to know what is really going your environment is the only way to know what is really going on around you. And sometimes we just escape into optimism. 29,900. I would try to write something more here. The class was conflicted about what to think. Everybody was waiting for someone else to speak. Maybe we should leave this chapter like that. Yeah, maybe we should. Maybe we really should. Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe that's enough. Maybe that's enough. Yeah. We managed to write this in 2 days, not including the title. I still don't know about it. Maybe I will later come back and retype some things. I don't know. I like how this chapter turned out. When it comes to plot, when it comes to dialogue. But I'm thinking maybe I should revise it just a little. For now, however, let's leave this. 1, 2, 3, 4, because it's time to advance the story a little bit. Let me just go to Format Center, Chapter 7, Arms Race. Haha, now I'm back. Yay! Yay! I finished Chapter 6. That feels great. Although I will, I think, revise it a little. So now we're into Chapter 7. Just a reminder, since we're starting a new chapter, you have a riddle to solve. We know that he did it because of trust issues. Now let's explore those. Good job, thank you. Also, hold on. 29,925 words. Is it synced? It is. I want to show you something. You see, this is not really the only document I was working in yesterday, because I found a great solution for a little problem I had. Look, this is the document we are working on with right now, and this is something I created yesterday just to, write a bit more. I will not open it because it includes chapter 11, and I really don't think you'd like to see that just yet. Also, this is my Nohavica fanfic, and this is just something that generates automatically once you start your account. So let's go back. I will not show you the ending, but I have written about more than 100 words. So if Novella November was just about the word count, not about the word count during the actual challenge, this is the moment I would have passed. And it feels great somehow. Alright, arms race. Let's just format to the left. Okay, I know what I want to explore in this chapter. The problem is, I do not really know who the mole is. I know who isn't the mole, but that's not that many candidates. There are still many mole candidates left. And to properly write this chapter, I will have to find out who the mole is. For now, let's focus on writing about the guy I know isn't the mole. Let's start writing this chapter in the middle. Right. Wait, what did I do? Okay. Left. At the realization Arvin fell into if we go by the definition of the three kinds of fear, that would be terror. Yeah, back when Vsauce still was doing long-form videos, they made a video where they discussed the three types of fear, and terror they described as the feeling you feel when you enter your home and find out that every single of your possessions has been replaced by an exact copy. Alright, let's not delve into cosmic horror. I already had a lecture about Lovecraft today. Yeah, Lovecraft is an interesting read, I will say. Once you know the motivation behind many of Lovecraft's writings, he starts getting really funny to read, to be honest. I don't know, you may... oh, that's the definition, yeah. um, I d- uh, I first got into I haven't really read anything Lovecraftian, to be honest. I'm just relying on summaries, but maybe I should borrow something from my library. Um, and I could use a walk in the park because from my home to the library, the shortest route is through the park. So, yeah, I'm not only getting health for my mind, but also for my legs. Nice. Yeah, I would really like to borrow some Lovecraft's book from the library now that I know how they came to be. Um, yeah, this guy was a racist and a homophobe and a lot of other things, but all of that stemmed from the fact that he was simply afraid of everything. He wrote that story, Cool Air, about basically a zombie doctor that is the riddle about safety of the crew. Kind of. The safety of the crew is kind of at stake here. It was one of the reasons he asked for several. You're getting closer. Getting back to Cool Air. He wrote Cool Air, a story about a zombie doctor that begins to, rot once his air conditioner breaks down. And yes, he wrote the story because he was afraid of air conditioners. Lovecraft is an omniphobe. Exactly! And once you realize that this is where his racism and homophobia stems from, it starts getting really funny in my opinion. And don't even get me started on Shadows over Innsmouth. Uh, uh, mm, another. He brought a piece. Blah, blah. He ripped a shit from a sheet of paper from his notebook and the Innsmouth is a dozy. Yeah, Google what or just remember or Google what Shadows over Innsmouth is about. And now realize that he wrote the story after discovering he is 1/8 or a quarter Welsh. He wrote the story because he was Welsh. Please resync, thank you. And hold up, I want to find a synonym. Also, I recently read some more of the Remigiusz Mróz biography. His book is basically divided into two parts. Part 1 is his biography, part 2 is a writing handbook. And it turns out you shouldn't use synonyms because synonyms may have different meanings, turns out. So now I have to unlearn some stuff I learned in Polish class in elementary school. That is great. Overly Sarcastic Productions did a summary of it and other Lovecraft stories. That's where I get a lot of my knowledge about Lovecraft as well. But that bit about shadows over Innsmouth being an allegory for finding out you're Welsh, that I got from a friend that is also kind of interested in weird people, let's just say. Right. Let's go to thesaurus.com. I know that synonyms changed meaning. I want to do it now. Thesaurus.com. Right. Let's see. Excuse me? Right, synonyms, yes. Address, compose, create, draft, note, pen, print, record, rewrite, scroll. That sounds good. Write erratically. What? Just to be sure, what does erratically mean? Erratic definition. Deviating from the usual proper course of or opinion, inconsistent, irregular, unpredictable, having no certain or definite course of pattern. That would be a nice meaning for what I want to do. Alright, I think I'm going to use it once again. Scroll. Okay. And scrolled a short message. We're going to be finishing in a bit, so let's just retrace what we know about the hijacker. He did it because of trust issues and because the crew, well, actually, the crew's safety might have been taken into consideration. Because someone else on the board, doesn't really matter if it was crew or the passengers, someone on the board other than him. And scroll the short message. 29,946. Let's just bring that counter to 30,000 for today. I think that would be nice. Hold up. Let me see my notes. I am not making too much notes, just some little calendar to remember some stuff that happen and when they happen, because let's just say that I know the deadline by which the story must be concluded. It's not that I want, and I mean literally, the story has to end on a particular date. So let me just look into my notes real quick. There they are. July has 31 days, right? So, okay. Um, Even in the evening after the even in the evening after the trial, Arvin could not shake off what happened. How was there a mole in the class? After 10 hours of my classes, my mind isn't functioning well enough for riddles. Oh no. Okay, I guess that is a great debuff, especially at this hour. How was there a mole in class? Was there even a mole? And if there wasn't, then how did then how could they believe there was? That's a quotation mark here. 16 more. Sorry. Oh, tomorrow will be better. Tomorrow will be better. Also, after I'm done with this stream, I'm planning on watching the final episode of Detective Forced, so I can review the show for you tomorrow, so you can look forward to that. How could they believe there was? Anything else I want to add? 16 words. 16 words and we're finishing. To hell with that, said Arvin, and dropped to his bed. There was a black. To get his mind more railed, Arvin took a how do you say the name of that plant in English? Caoutchouc. English, please. Not rubber, just rubber. Okay, a rubber ball. Took a rubber ball from. Took a rubber ball and from his suitcase and started playing with it. First, he was simply throwing it from hand to hand. Then he started bouncing it off a wall. Yup. 30,032. That is great. So I guess let's finish for today. I don't know, maybe I will write something more after the stream, but let's end for now. It has been a lot. And tomorrow, I guess we'll continue. We'll start the arms race. Quick news, because I don't know if I forgot to tell you yesterday or not. I have received a sketch of the cover. For now, just a sketch, so there is still some stuff to do before I can start publishing this book online. But first things first, I think I will get the ready cover soon. So then you'll get to know the beginning of the story a little bit better. And of course, our little riddle will stay for tomorrow. So for now, thank you all. That will be the end. Ashley out.